Welcome back to This Is Not CBC.
All right, buckle up, because Rachel Gilmore just did what most of the mainstream refuses to do. She exposed the truth about Mark Carney's shiny new LNG project, and it's not the fairy tale the liberals are selling. Here's what you need to know before we roll the clip. This LNG project, they're fast-tracking, the one they're parading around as indigenous-led. Yeah, about that. It's not indigenous-led, not even close. The Niskayay Nation is a partner, yes. But the actual developer and the people holding the power are Western LNG, a company based in Texas, not Canada. That means the control, the money, and the decision-making are driven by U.S. corporate interests, not the communities being name-dropped for political cover. And the financing? That's where it gets even more fun. The project has been heavily backed by American private equity, including investors tied to some of the biggest political donors in the United States. We're talking people who have written enormous checks to Trump-aligned causes. So when you peel back the indigenous-led, community-first PR line, what you actually find is a massive U.S.-controlled energy export project sitting behind it. And here's the kicker. Even liberal supporters, the most loyal, the ones who usually defend anything with a red logo slapped on it, are suddenly looking at Carney like, wait, what the hell is this? When your own base starts calling bullshit, you know things are bad. Now, before I go off even more, let's watch Rachel Gilmore break it down.
People keep calling the major LNG project that Mark Carney is approving this week indigenous-led, indigenous-proposed, and generally emphasizing the indigenous involvement. But the Silicim LNG project, which is one of our elbows-up nation-building projects that Mark Carney's announcing this week, is going to be American, constructed, owned, and operated. And it gets worse. Yep. See, it is technically true that the Niska Nation has partnered on the project, but it is extremely misleading to call this project indigenous-led. Because even if you overlook the fact that two nations are challenging the project in court, which makes it kind of misleading to constantly emphasize indigenous support, this document shows that the entity that will construct, own, and operate the assets of this project is a wholly owned subsidiary of Texas-based Western LNG. And thanks to Bill C-5 becoming law, Texas-based Western LNG will get to trample on environmental laws they'd otherwise have to adhere to. What makes this even more fun is guess who funds Western LNG? Blackstone, whose CEO is one of Trump's top 10 donors. There's also Apollo Global Management, whose CEO, Leon Black, resigned in 2021 after investigations found he paid at least 170 million US dollars to Jeffrey Epstein. I wish I was kidding. And Leon Black apparently remains a major shareholder at Apollo, which again is a big old funder of the Texas-based company that will construct, own, and operate the assets of our new Elbows Up project off the coast of BC. I had the new BC Green Party leader, Emily Lowen, on my podcast today, and here's what she had to say about this.
The oligarchs behind the Silicim's project and the PRGT project, basically, Blackstone is a $1 trillion Wall Street firm, and it's led by one of Trump's top 10 donors, Steve Schwartzman, and then Apollo Global Management, which is another private equity firm that's pushing American fossil fuel dominance, was recently revealed their former CEO and founder, Leon Black. He actually had to resign over ties to Epstein in 2021, but he still owns billions in company stock and will get rich if these projects go ahead.
So elbows up, basically.
Elbows up. These men are disgusting.
Elbows up for Epstein?
It's foul. It's truly foul. And when Eby was questioned in the media over these ties, he said, hey, we're not going to turn down investment. Like that's crazy talk. Saying no to men like Leon Black and Steve Schwartzman, out of the question for BC.
Yeah.
So,
They don't seem like men who understand the word no, if it's any consolation. But
All right, you saw it. The project being pushed as some model of reconciliation and economic empowerment is, in reality, a foreign-owned LNG development with American capital, American leadership, and American political fingerprints all over it. And the government's rushing it through the approval system like they're late for a dinner reservation. No serious environmental review timeline. No real discussion about long-term impact. No honest conversation about who profits and who doesn't. Just Trust us, it's indigenous-led, while the paperwork says otherwise. This isn't transparency. This isn't reconciliation. This is marketing, and bad marketing at that. If this is the kind of leadership Mark Carney is promising Canada, then buckle up because we're not getting a future, we're getting a sales pitch. And if even Rachel Gilmore, someone who's hardly known for being soft on conservatives, is calling out liberal misinformation, you know the rod is spreading. Follow This is not CBC for the fact you're not supposed to hear. Share this, and stay tuned, because we're not done exposing the spin.